Members of the Mexican Red Cross have traveled to Texas to help with the relief efforts for victims of Hurricane Harvey. Now, even though there are questionable tensions between the United States and Mexico over Donald Trump's proposed wall policy, there are officials in Mexico who feel that it is their obligation and responsibility to lend a helping hand and show solitude with the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Now, one of the Mexican Red Cross volunteers said the following: "We all know that there are some agreements and disagreements between governments, but for the Mexican Red Cross and the volunteers from the Mexican Red Cross, we are more than glad to be helpful and do some stuff to help people," which is strange because I thought Mexico only sends criminals and rapists, but I guess in this case they send people that actually help Americans. Now, some 25 trailers were being prepared with rice, beans, coffee, and chocolate, along with 300 beds, 9 generators, mobile kitchens, telecommunications equipment, and personnel, including paramedics and doctors. And that's according to a statement by Mexico's foreign ministry. Mexico is ready to help those affected by Harvey. It's a demonstration of our neighborliness, a show of solidarity, and that's according to one official in Mexico, Carlos Sada, who is the deputy foreign minister for North America. So this is obviously very welcome by people who have suffered in Texas as a result of the hurricane. And we might actually need even more help from Mexico, considering the fact that Hurricane Irma is expected to hit South Florida in coming days. And it is currently a Category 5 storm. But by the time it hits Florida, it is alleged that it'll be a Category 4. It's a nightmare. We're dealing with severe weather conditions. People are scared, they're panicking. There are people who are homeless right now as a result. And so any help we can get is of course appreciated.
All right, some context here. Does Mexico help other countries that are in need too? Yes. Do we help other countries that are in need? Yes, we do that a lot. And so and credit to us for that. That's decent of us to do that. But so I know what some right-wingers will say. They'll say, oh, it's just a PR stunt. They're just doing this because of Trump. Except no, they've done this every time, including Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. They sent in a lot of help, and it was actually the first time that Mexican armed forces had been deployed, in this case, in Texas, since 1846, okay? But in this case, they've sent that in. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. Now the right wing's like, oh no, the Mexicans are taking over. That's exactly why they're here. No, they helped during Hurricane Katrina, and it was greatly appreciated, along with many other countries, and they're helping in this case. Now, but that's exactly our point. It's insane to think that they're only sending criminals and rapists, and anyone with 2 bits of sense should know that. But look, there was a teary-eyed refugee woman in Houston, and she was really moved by the offer of assistance from Mexico because, boy, she really needed it. And she now realizes that it was wrong to try to shut out Mexicans.
I have her statement because it really stood out to me. She's in her 60s. Look, I don't know what her political identity is, so I don't want to speculate on that. But she did say, we don't have time right now to put up borders and block Mexico. We need to come, all of us together, and work together. And I like that she made that statement because it's true, right? You hear these people who are talking about America first and anyone who doesn't want America first and doesn't want to isolate all of our allies or just globalists. No, but we need help. Like, we need other countries, we need allies, right? And when it comes to these types of humanitarian efforts, of course they're welcome. Of course we want their help, and other countries want our help. And that's not to say that, we basically give a middle finger to American citizens and give all this foreign aid to other countries, right? But it's just interesting that when it comes to Mexico, for some reason the right wing only looks at the bad stuff, right? And by the way, they just completely generalize about the entire Mexican population, about Mexican immigrants, about what they actually contribute or don't contribute to society. It's like they turn a complete blind eye to all the good things that come from our southern neighbor.
Yeah, and whether it applies to this particular woman or not, I just want all of you to, I don't think I'm asking for much, to empathize with other people and look at the whole context without it having to actually apply to you personally.
Exactly.
So every once in a while there'll be, in this case, right-wingers in the other examples that we've listed. Like Rick Santorum, he wanted to limit medical damages, and then his wife had medical damages, and he didn't want to abide by his own limits. And he said, but that's my wife. Don't wait for it to be your wife or you before you say, hey, maybe people are really hurt in situation X or Y or Z, or maybe there's really decent people from those people that I consider the others. Just open up your mind for a second and realize that maybe, just maybe, we're all human. Watch the Young Turks commercial-free, download it or stream it, watch it any way you like at tytnetwork.com/join.